Hi, Mike, My Car Shop. Today we're going to continue working on the trunk floor support for the 70 Challenger. Let's watch the show intro and I'll meet you on the other side. We'll get into this.
Working out of a 100-year-old refurbished barn, bringing 35 years of experience to projects considered beyond repair. Vision, creativity, and problem solving are essential tools in this place. Watch as we transform junk into polished metal miracles. This is My Car's Shop.
Okay, so just got the furnaces fired up out here and getting the shop warmed up. It's a bit chilly. I don't keep the shop heated all the time because of expense. It's a 100-year-old building, and even though it's insulated, it still's got a lot of leaks in it. So someday I want to spray foam it. But anyway, so today we're getting into the trunk floor again, working on finishing up that trunk floor brace. I want to get that gas tank strap hoop. Man, I don't know why I can't say that. Area done on that, and then maybe we'll get that installed in the car today. So I've also been thinking about what I want to do for the floor pan, and I'm thinking at this point it might be a three-piece floor, so just a little teaser to where I'm going with it. We'll see how it goes, but I'm thinking about some designs I might want to put in with the bead roller. We'll see how fancy I want to get. It may just be some reinforcement beads and that's it, but so that's where we're headed today. Let's get after it. Okay, so I was just playing with the template here, seeing where it needs to go, what it needs to look like. So this is the profile here of what we're shooting for that I'm going to make, and I just found a piece of tin that I can make that out of. Now I don't need this to be nearly as big of this way, so I'm actually going to probably cut this piece about right here. Just trying to figure out what I want, but I got to get a marker here and do that so that I'm not wasting any more metal than I need to. And again, I'm putting a mark on the material itself so I know where it goes, just like I did there. And then up in here probably as well, but first thing I want to do is get this done. Okay, that's better. And I think probably the same thing in here. I gotta go look at the car. Okay, so I kind of figured it out, shortened things up a bit, and now I'm just gonna scribe this material here to do what I need it to do, so I know where to cut it there. And then of course on the outside, I need to make two of these. So I'll make that one and then use it as a pattern for the other one, because it'll just be a little, I don't know, I may use the cardboard again. I want them to be the same. Anyway, so we'll get this cut out and then we'll be able to work this into here. So that kind of fits in where I want it. Now I got to cut it this way. One thing that I wanted to mention is you'll see me using three different pairs. I think the other pair's over on the car. Green ones, red ones, and yellow ones. So red ones are right-handed cutters, green ones are left-handed cutters. And so like when you saw me yesterday, when I cut this, I was using the pair of left-handed cutters on the left-hand side of the metal. And when I was just cutting this earlier in the time lapse, if that turned out, I was using the right-handed. So the right-handed ones curled the metal down. When I go this way, the green ones curl the metal up. So what I'm going to do is take and cut this here outside further with probably the cutoff wheel. And then go back in here with the snips where I can trim it up real nice and make it exactly the way I want it to be and check that profile. I probably also need to crawl under the car and make sure that profile is close. I'll probably do that when I get it trimmed out here about a 1/4 inch or less out, and then just go under there and make sure it's close. Okay, so a little crude, but I could get out and grind all that up and make it look pretty. I did a little bit of grinding in here, but I don't want to really. It's under the car. Who cares? I need to put a piece up in here just a bit more so that the gas tank strap mount has something to go on to. So that's going to be the next little thing here, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I didn't bore you with 17 hours of welding, but get you up on what we got done. So I got this little piece put in here now, so I have access for the bolt for the gas tank, and welded down around the outside. I'm not the greatest welder in the world, but the job is done. I'll weld it up in here as well, and then I also welded it on the inside for extra strength. So welded down, down the seam here, there, around, across, and everything. So I'm happy with that. It's very, very strong. That's all that matters. It's underneath the car. So you see some welds. Big deal, I'm not worried about it. If I had a TIG welder, I could obviously do a much better job. But, for what it is, that's all I care about. We're not doing a concourse car, as I said yesterday on the episode. It's not a high dollar car. The car will be worth $30,000, $40,000 when it's done. Maybe, if I'm lucky. That may be generous. I don't know, but I know they keep going up in value. So it'll be strong, it'll look good, it will function, and we've saved one more Challenger out of the junkyard pile. And I'm having fun, and that's what I can't emphasize enough. There are the elitists out there who will rip you for the way you might do things. If it's safe, if it's strong, and it looks decent, it's your car. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. If you got a 426 Hemi convertible 4-speed, blah blah blah, you might want to think about getting the replacement parts, as I said, but that's not what we're dealing with here. We're dealing with a 318 car that was in the middle of a junkyard pile with a car on top of it. I'm pretty sure by the way the roof was crashed in, and so good enough. And that's the thing, you can't be a perfectionist. Knowing good enough is good enough, and move on. Okay, so just putting it back in there again, just noticed that I did make a mistake and make that bump a lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but a fair bit bigger than it needed to be. Okay, so in full disclosure, I screwed up. That's normal. And this is way too big. And it probably would work, but what I realized I did was I cut on the outside of the lines on my template instead of the inside, and I never checked. I'm not making excuses, I just blew it. I didn't go underneath there and double check it after I cut the template out, and I should have done that, but with my knees being the way they are, I wasn't feeling too froggy about crawling up and down. So instead, now I had to get up and down about 4 times. So I trimmed it down right, it's better, and I'm just going to fix this. But my concern is that the tank isn't going to fit. I just looked, and Jegs has a tank for 80 bucks. I'm going to go ahead and get one ordered. That way, before I put this piece in and before I weld the trunk floor in, I know the tank is going to fit right. So I'm sharing this in full disclosure because you make mistakes when you're making stuff. You got to do stuff over. I could have to make this whole piece over, or cut it off and make this piece different. But I'm confident that I can cut this the way I'm thinking here, and it will be just fine and function well and still look decent. So, oh well, that's the way it goes. It won't take me long to get this done, so I'm going to get after it. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, all fixed. I'm actually happier with the way this turned out. It's still a little bulbous, but it's not bad. This part in here is right. This part sticks up a little more. It actually scoops the other way. But my main concern was here where the tank fits, that was going to hit. And I don't think that's going to be a problem at all now. I am still going to go ahead and order the gas tank. It's only like 80 bucks from Jegs. And get the straps that it needs. I've got some strapping material, but I think I'll just go ahead and order straps for it. I don't think they're that expensive. So a little metal finish on it. It looks good. We'll shoot some paint on there, and that's going to look respectable. Now, I could do a lot better metal finish on that. I don't care. Again, it's under the car, so I don't want to beat that horse to death, but clean up a little bit in here, and then we've got to make the inner piece. I don't think I have a piece of 1.5 inch strap, so I'll have to get some of that in town next week, and we'll get that inner piece done. So this is as far as I can go today till I get that 1.5 inch strap, and until we get the gas tank. So we should have that in a few days, and then we'll be good to go. So good. I'm excited. Well, I appreciate you watching today's episode. That was fun. I love doing it. And screw up, you fix it. And I just thought about not sharing this episode at all. I thought about not sharing the screw up, and I thought nobody learns if I don't share my mistakes. So it is what it is. I wouldn't consider myself a fabricator, even though I love fabricating, and I love doing this stuff. And I've obviously done a lot of it. I'm not the greatest guy in the world at it. I could certainly use better tools, but at the end of the day, it turns out, and it's respectable, and I have fun. And really, I'm not afraid to tackle anything. So within reason, maybe not even within reason, but I'm not afraid to tackle this stuff and enjoy doing it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I really would like it if you would. That would mean a lot. Hit the bell for notifications so you can pick up the new episodes when they come out. I know I just put one out yesterday, and this one's probably going to be right out the next day. I'm having fun. It was a good weekend to be out here in the shop, and I'm just motivated. So when I'm motivated, I'm going to put it out. I still try to put out an episode every week, Tuesday or Wednesday. Probably won't get one out this Tuesday because of today, but I've got this done. I might as well get it out there. So you can join us on Facebook. You can join us on Instagram. That would be outstanding, /my car shop. And down here in one of the corners is the little subscribe button. Also, drop comments down there. Ask questions. I know we had some great comments on the episode 13, I think it was, the last episode on the Challenger. I really appreciate the feedback. I appreciate knowing that what I'm doing is actually encouraging somebody and you're learning something. I could put a caveat on like Derek does at Vice Grip Garage, and I love it. I crack up every time. I'm an idiot. Don't do what I do. This is for entertainment purposes. Obviously, do your research if you're going to do this stuff. I'm not saying this is the only way to do things. There are better ways. There are worse ways. This is a way. This is the way I do it. So, take that, learn from it, develop your own ways of doing things, but by all means, be safe. Wear your safety glasses, your hearing, dust masks when necessary, welding goggles, gloves, whatever you need. Be safe that way, and make sure your vehicle is safe. You don't want to go out there and hurt yourself or somebody in the car with you, a family or a friend, and you certainly don't want to hurt somebody else. So be smart about it. If you're in over your head on something, there are plenty of people out there that can answer your questions or can help you, and probably be more than willing to. So one thing about the car hobby is we're a big community, so enjoy it. So, don't go too far. There's 90 other episodes on this channel that you can watch. Some of them are as crude could be. When I started doing this, I was popping the roof out on the Challenger after it being in the pile. Didn't really intend on turning this into a show. I didn't even realize it was a thing. So, they're just short little clips of pulling the car out and popping the roof out and doing some work. Then I started talking because other family members were interested, and slowly over the year, and it's only been a little over a year now that I've been doing this, it's just turned into what it is that you're watching right now. So anyway, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Again, subscribe, hit the bell, all that stuff. You know what to do. Comments, yes. So one more thing, don't forget, always, you got to remember, rock.